What's up guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing top 5 tips on solo traps. Sorry for not uploading recently. I went through a lot of stuff, like issues with my banking, and I also moved house. So I'm back now. I hope you guys are still with me, and I want to start off with a top 5 tips for solo traps video. It's going to start with like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 is going to be a bit more like beginner stuff and basic, and then we're going to go a bit more advanced as it goes on. And like number 1 is probably one you haven't heard of unless you've seen some of my old videos. It's something that is quite rare and not many YouTubers do it. Like YouTube solo traps, they don't really do it like at all. And basically as it goes on, you're going to see at least common ones. You've probably heard of number 5, but then again some of you probably haven't. And as the video goes on, you're going to be seeing some that you may have never heard of before. So let's just start off with number 1. Number 1 tip. Buy a 1 minute speed up. This is essential for solo traps. You can buy anything, but a 1 minute speed up is what I get. And the reason why is for this message here. It says, do you want to buy this? Do you want to use 5 gems to buy this? And this is what you're looking for. Don't show this message again. And you want to press confirm. But before I do that, just to explain why. It's because of this. When you are getting hit by multiple hits at like the same time, you're going to press all and finish healing. And if you haven't bought a 1 minute speed up, that message is going to pop up, which is going to slow you down because now you have to press confirm. Or you need to press this, then confirm. And as you're taking hits, you're going to be taking multiple without healing instantly. So to make sure you get this out the way before you start solo trapping. Now that way, when you heal, it will instantly heal. That message won't pop up, which is not going to slow you down. That is basic stuff that I recommend getting out the way. Number 4. Have your sanctuary ready. This is something I have not done like a crazy amount of until I came back to YouTube and Lords Mobile. This is something I've done a bit. You would have saw that in my most recent like solo trapping video where I've got this full. I have 2.6 million troops here, 1.25 million troops here. That is 3.9 million troops I have that I can instantly heal by pressing collect, and the other one by pressing resurrect. So if I'm ever in like a rush to heal, or I've taken some deads, I can do that. If I'm going to take a rally, I can quickly do that. If I'm about to take a huge gangbang where counter hits are going to give me deads and they were going to like destroy my front line and basically zero me, I can quickly do this. This is basically like a huge boost in troops for any situation that you're currently stuck on. So if you want an example of how to use this, watch my previous solo trapping video. There'll be a link in the description of this video where you can see that put to pretty good use. Number 3 is one that is fairly common knowledge at this point, but it is super important, which is why I've put it in front of number 4. This is arguably the most important, if I'm entirely honest. And this is to have a wedge, not a phalanx. Have a wedge. It reduces the deads by about 50%. Standard is about 36% or 37%. Like when you do drill, that's the difference. But when me and the YouTuber called Balls Deep were doing a lot of testing, it was about 50% deads less when we were doing a tier 2 frontline. And then obviously with a tier 3 frontline, it meant we had 0 deads. This was back a while ago where solo traps were struggling with counter hits and everything. We ended up finding the tier 3 comp through loads of testing we did. And me and Balls Deep were able to work together to find a troop comp with 0 deads. And I'm going to be working on that again once everything is back to normal, like in my life. Like outside of YouTube, I've got some issues going on. Once it's back to normal, I'm going to start going again to try and find a comp with 0 deads or a comp that is just going to reduce my deads as much as possible. So yeah, tip number 3, use a wedge, 100%. It's worth it, trust me. Number 2, max your attack of what will counter the type that will counter your front line. I know that can be quite difficult to understand, especially if English is not your first language. You're probably confused with what I'm saying. But let's break it down. I'm going to take my time with this one. I'll say it one more time, and then I'm going to explain. Max your attack of what will counter the type that will counter your frontline. Meaning, your frontline. Let's get that out of the way. So what I'm about to explain is if you have a ranged frontline. I'll also explain for infantry. I'm not going to go into cavalry because you should not have a cavalry frontline. Don't do it. So if you have a ranged frontline, you need to counter your you need to maximize your attack stat of what will counter the type that will counter your frontline. Meaning, if you are getting hit by infantry, which is what the counter is, as I am range, I need to focus primarily on countering infantry. So I need to maximize my attack stat of cavalry. So if you look here, let me just put my gear on. Here are my talents. Cavalry offense is maxed. Then obviously my squad health, cavalry offense as well, and then cavalry offense. Obviously I can maximize these, and then from there I maximize my cavalry offense and squad health, squad offense, and then I'll just finish it off with range with whatever I had remaining. And then with my gear, I haven't really maxed the cavalry, but I could technically do this with Mythic. There's a YouTuber, Worthy Prince, he actually did do that. It's not a bad idea. You're sacrificing your army attack, but the cavalry attack is good for countering. So I'm not actually completely against what he has done there. But yeah, maxing the attack is not the only thing you should do. You can max the actual cavalry. Like, cavalry is my highest troop count, and that's because it's going to be up there on my front line, and that's going to be attacking the infantry a lot more. Here's my comp. I'm not going to do a full account overview right now. That will come in the future when I find out the best comp. At the moment, my might is quite high. I've got more troops than I want. I'm doing a bunch of testing, so ignore my might. I've got plenty of videos planned. So right now, I've reduced some of my tier 2 infantry, and I've put more into my tier 3 cavalry. I want that tier 3 cavalry up high, so I can kill their infantry faster, meaning I take less deads on my front line. I hope that makes sense. And just to, since we're on the topic of counter hits and preventing taking that damage, for your familiars, I recommend something like this. Counter that infantry as best you can, and support your range as best you can. There's also other familiars that are fantastic, such as Trickster, to increase your range attack, which I will be maxing, as well as Magus or Magus, however you pronounce that. It's going to give you range health and range attack once you lose some of your troops. Let me just quickly show which one I am talking about. It's on pack 3. Well, there you go. This is the one I'm talking about. You get 60% range attack and 60% range HP for 15 seconds when 5% of your ranged troops have fallen, which is pretty good compared to the one I currently have, but you can have both if you want both. It's the Sorcerer, which is 10 seconds when 10% of your troops have fallen. So that one overall is just much better, in my opinion. Number 1. This is a big tip that I recommend for rally traps or solo traps, depending on what you have. If you watched my older videos from 2 years ago, you may have seen me go over this a little bit, but I haven't really put much emphasis on it. But I'm going to now. And this is something I really don't see any other YouTube solo trap speak about this. I think it's a huge thing you can do, especially free to play. You can definitely do this, and I definitely recommend it. No matter what, I recommend this over even getting your familiars pack 3, because pack 3 familiars increases your might a lot. This barely increases your might and has a huge difference, but I still recommend increasing your familiars. Right, number 1, increase your prison and altar to 25. This is huge. At 25, let me get the attack boost up. When you capture a level 60 leader, which you will, they're the people that attack you. 30% army attack boost. In other words, you get 30% range attack, 30% infantry attack, and 30% cavalry attack. That's 90% overall in total. That is better than a mythic cup, technically. In terms of stats, it's better than a mythic cup. If you want to take a mythic cup, just as an example, where are you? Bon appetit, there you go. So on total here, you get 35% range, 35% infantry attack. Whereas when you get Prison 25 and capture a level 60 leader, you get 30% army attack, which is all of your troops combined, which is 90%, whereas here you get 70%. But infantry HP and range HP here is good. But the point I'm trying to make is that the army attack you get is ridiculous here. And then on top of that, your altar, once you execute a leader, 38% army attack, 38% army HP, and army defense. Army defense isn't that good, but the attack, I mean, if you think about it, 68% army attack in total once you have a prisoner in your castle. And then if you've executed one, that's 68%, and you're probably thinking you're never going to solo trap with a leader in your castle. That's stupid, no one's going to hit you. But that means when you get a gangbang or you get multiple hits, the moment you capture that first leader, 30% army increase instantly for all those consecutive hits. And if you have like an altar count or someone in your guild, you just execute their leader to get your boost here for all that army HP or army attack, whatever. Get all of that. So overall, it's 68%. And 68 times 3, quick maths, 204%. I think 204%, right? Oh god, if I'd done that maths wrong, that was going to be so embarrassing. I didn't really think about that, but yeah, 204% is 68 times by 3. So that's 204% attack overall, just from getting your prison and altar 25, which is a lot, and you can do that free to play. So you can imagine these stats here. I've got my talents active. Let's look at my stats. And then with my prison and altar, you can see there's the attack overall. Army attack is 89%. With my altar, with 68% on top, meaning my army attack will be 157.35%, which is a lot. And because you can do it free to play, I believe that has earned its #1 spot on this list. If you guys want more lists or different ones, like top 5 for beginners, where it'd be like purely like beginner tips, and then top 5 more advanced, if you want that, let me know. I'm more than happy to do that. This one was just a mix of all. I had some beginners in there, and I had some bit more advanced in there. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys disagree with the list? Do you think I missed anything out? And tell me if you enjoy these sort of videos, because I don't know if you do. If you do, please tell me. If you don't want to see these videos anymore, let me know. It's our channel, not just mine. So if you don't enjoy it, tell me you did not enjoy the video. I will not hate you, promise. But if you did enjoy and you do want to see more, let me know. And let's just get straight into trapping. And let's get some content for you guys. I'm going to go trap now. Goodbye, guys. I hope you all enjoyed. And I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.